Good afternoon, my captain's leaguers. How you doing today? I'm doing all right. Enjoying the weather. I gotta take these off. Keep forgetting. So anyway, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. Sorry about the video last week, but I spent some time at a racetrack in Lime Rock and didn't have time to do this video. But this week, a little more free time. So let's start off. Matchup: Ryan versus Mike. Mike, I want to give you a virtual handshake, high five, all about your 221.37 points a week ago. Yeah, that beats Adam's record of 195 points from 2008. And I don't know, but it will probably be a lot longer before we see somebody with 221 points again. So kudos to you, Mr. Michael Mattiello, on now holding the record with the highest score in a week ever in Captain's League. So how'd you do this week, Mike? Yeah, 73 points. Lost to Ryan, 114.56 to 73. Way to go high to low, huh, Mikey? The 44.56 margin of victory is the largest this week. Go Ryan. He gives the business end to Mike. I thought that was kind of funny. It was in the article they have for us. Aaron Rodgers, 26.85 for the number one draft pick, 10th highest overall score of the week. That means, Ryan, that 9 players scored higher than Aaron Rodgers this week. Brandon Marshall, 5th highest wide receiver at 17.8. Ryan had Ryan Matthews give his best performance of the year at 15.2 for the 10th highest running back. Frank Gore, 15.1, and Seattle's defense, 14. Both beat their projections for the week. Mike, bad news for you. You sat Cam Newton, 34.1 points on your bench. His wide receivers, Mike, only scored 8 points compared to Ryan's 28 points. The quarterback was outscored because Mike had, I forget who he had him, he only scored 12 points. So he has outscored 26-12 there. 14-3 on defenses, Seattle to whoever Mike had. So overall record, Ryan 28-26. Mike, 17-37. And yes, Mike, that's the worst overall record in the league so far this year. Let's go to Jeff versus Dana, the rivals that they are. Jeff scored 108.2 to Dana's 94.01. It should be noted Jeff is on the longest win streak currently. He has 3 wins in a row. Not bad for last year's Sacco. Marshawn Lynch got Jeff 24.9 points, 3rd highest scoring running back, and Maurice Jones-Drew got him 13.3, which was in a trade this week. Traded for him. San Francisco defense got him 18 points, and Jeff scored 108 points despite only 5 of his 10 players exceeded their projected scoring. If he had the same schedule as Dana, by the way, Jeff would be 1-4, not what he is now, which is like 4-2. Dana had bad news. Got Reggie Wayne back in a trade. Traded him away. Got him back in a trade. And he only got 5.87 points this week. Just a low week for Reggie on Monday night versus the Chargers. Dana's running backs were outscored 38-10. Jeff's overall record versus the league, 27-27. Dana is 26-28, 2 games below 500. And by the way, I have a power rankings at the end of this that I'll talk about based on your overall records. Joe versus Adam. Joe, the roommates. Joe got the highest score of the week, 137.06. It's the 9th highest score of the season. I don't know who the other 8 are, but they're not Joe. That's Joe's highest of the year. Chiefs defense for Joe got 29 points. Yeah, I don't care what you say, Joe. You did it because I did it. I got you 2 defenses 2 years in a row. Vernon Davis, 29 points. I'd sell high on that one. And Giovanni Bernard, formerly part of Joe's team, now that he's being traded to Ryan, 13.6. Joe got the highest score of the week, also despite only having 5 of his 10 starters outperform their numbers. For Adam, Julius Thomas, his first week with Julius Thomas was 7.47. And it should be noted that's actually one of the higher tight end scores of the week. But Tavon Austin, the incredible St. Louis Ram wide receiver, rookie wide receiver, big high expectations, gotcha, 0.2. And want to know something? Not the lowest wide receiver on anyone's roster this week. We'll get to more of that later. The Texans defense got you a big old whopping goose egg. That's that right there, because you might as well get fucking punched in the face after watching your defense get you 0 points. Way to drop them. Way to drop the Texans defense. Adam's record versus the league, 28-26. Joe, a not worst 25-29, but close. Brocco versus Jimmy. Second to last matchup for last week. Week 6, 94.1 points for Brocco. Jimmy, who was in first or second place, I want to say first, 77.66. So that's his lowest output of the year, all from the magical world of Disney. Brocco had Matt Stafford get him the second highest amount of points for anybody this week at 35. The fifth highest running back at 22.9 was Arian Foster. And the ninth best wide receiver at 13.4 was Josh Gordon, all on Brocco's team. It should be noted that Brocco had the fifth highest tight end score of the week at 4.27. That's right. No matter how good they are, eventually you're reminded they're just a tight end. Vincent Brown for Jimmy, picked up 2.07. RG3 for Jimmy, drafted 16. Danny Amendola for Jimmy, drafted, injured, comes back 0.1. Lowest score other than Rob Gronkowski, which I did not give Michael enough shit for playing Rob Gronkowski this week. Even if you said on Thursday he was going to play, Sunday morning, not playing. I won't even Saturday night. Jimmy's overall record versus the league, 31-23. And Brocco improves to 25-29. Well, he got the win against Jimmy. He wouldn't have beat too many other guys, so I don't know if that's an improvement. Final matchup, myself versus Jay. 108.56 to Jay's 102. Stephen Ridley finally showed up this year. Apparently, he's still on the Patriots roster. He got the sixth highest running back score of the week at 22.53. I had two MVP performances in my wide receivers at Jordy Nelson, who got the second highest wide receiver score of the week at 18.53, and the eighth highest wide receiver score of the week was Deshaun Jackson at 16.27. Jay, a little bit of a regret factor. Bengals defense got him 11.7 on his bench, and the Saints defense, who he's picked up Sunday morning and started against the Patriots, scored him 7. Robert Woods, wide receiver for the Bills. Wide receiver on Jay's team, 0.6. Way to keep players on your favorite team on your fantasy team. Wide receivers were outscored. Jay's wide receivers were outscored 35-15. My overall record versus the league is 34-20, and Jay's is reverse that. Jay's overall record is 34-20, and Jay's is 29-25. So, with that said, what are the power rankings? Well, Yahoo does power rankings based on the projected points you're supposed to score for the rest of the season. I find that to be a very not truistic way of gauging how our teams really are. So how are our teams? The only way to figure that out is our record versus each other, which is I've announced after everyone's matchup. So the power rankings are as such. Jay, number 1. Jimmy, number 2. Dan, number 3. Ryan, number 4. Adam, number 5. Jeff, number 6, and that would be your playoffs. Dana at number 7. Brocco at number 8. Joe at number 9. And Michael at number 10. Now, if you compare that to your rankings, you'll see how lucky or unlucky you really are. So what's next? We got next week's matchup, Week 7. And if I was more prepared to talk about them, I wouldn't have to stall. Still stalling. Here we go. Adam plays Michael, projected to win Michael. Is Peyton Manning on a bye? I don't know. Jay versus Dana. Number 1 versus number 6. Jay's scheduled to win 106-101. Then we got Jeff versus Joe. Number 3 versus 10. And Joe's scheduled to win, and he looks like he's improved in team somewhat with his recent trades. 2 and 4 currently, but projected to end up 7th. You've improved your team, Joe, from possible Sacco to 7th. But Joe is supposed to beat Jeff this week 111-91. Again, bye weeks, and I don't know what your rosters look like, but I'm just going off projections. Ryan would no longer like to be referred to as Ryan. What Ryan would rather be called is Vicious and Delicious. It sounds like a Vietnam War vet opened up a cupcake shop. I don't know. But anyway, Mr. Vicious and Delicious, are you like a gay couple that now owns 2 dogs? He's supposed to beat Jimmy, who still ranks 2nd, 102-80. Next matchup is Brocco versus me, and we're both 3-3. I'm ranked 5th. He's ranked 7th. I'm supposed to win 103-97. So there you have it. Week 6. Week 5, Mike broke the record. All recognize that. Joe improved slightly. Ryan's name is pretty gay. And Adam really likes Wes Welker because he's who he's trading for with the AJ Green I gave him. So there you go. A less than 13-minute update. Update. I'll talk to you guys later. Fuck off.